So we're gonna go through a couple what ifs. If the boat is for some reason not working, shuts off on you, here's a few things that we can check. First of which, we're gonna wanna make sure that the boat is in neutral. So this is forward, this is reverse. Right here, it should be locked in. You'll hear that click when it is, to make sure that the boat's in neutral. It needs to be in neutral to start the engine. So there is a little cone here that you can pull up. This is how you move the throttle from drive to neutral to reverse. You have to first pull up on this section here. You'll see if I try to move it without pulling that up, that thing's not going anywhere. So in order to actually put it in drive and neutral, we are going to need to pull on that, but it does need to be in neutral in order for the boat to start. Another thing that we're going to want to check right down here below the throttle is what we call a kill switch. In order for the boat to start, the kill switch does need to be engaged. So this is the kill switch here, typically going to be hooked to the driver of the boat in case the driver falls overboard. This is actually going to pull down and release, which would immediately shut the engine off. So if this does by chance pop out, you may not notice it. That's going to be one reason that the boat's going to either not start or just shut down on you. So in order to put that back in, we're going to take the black knob here, stick it right over top of the silver knob and push up. Now that kill switch is engaged and you should be able to start the boat.
There are going to be times where there may be some fault codes that go off, so there'll be loud audio beeping that you'll hear. In that event, what we're going to want to do is navigate on the screen here to see what that fault code is. We're going to pick up the phone, we're going to call Tommy's, we're going to relay that fault code to them. So here on the Axis boats, on the center dash is your main display that's got all kinds of information, typically going to be displaying your miles per hour and the depth of the water, different things like that. So if there is a fault code that goes off, you are going to hear some loud beeping noises. If that occurs, what we're going to do is we're going to use our pad down here to navigate by clicking either left or right until the settings screen comes up, and it's going to say enter, and we'll hit enter, and then that's going to bring up our menu here where we can navigate down to the fault code section, and then again hit enter, and then there the active fault codes should come up. Currently on this there's no active fault codes, but if there were active fault codes, essentially they would come up with different numbers like this. So if you do get some fault codes, first thing you want to do is just turn the boat off and then give the key a half turn so that you can still navigate this screen. And then in calling Tommy's, basically listing off the fault number, the SPN number, and the FMI numbers to the Tommy's technician. That's going to give them a good indication of what the issue is on the boat, and they hopefully should be able to troubleshoot things with you from there and get the boat back underway.